Well, driving home Friday after work, and thought I'd do a video on the way home, not with massively loud freaking thunder rainstorm like that one time. Couldn't even hardly hear what I was saying. But you know, I'll hear more, and I think I have a video to do tonight on it, a little brief one maybe. Jamie Dimon back out for part two on the cryptos. Boy, the banksters are not happy that all this money is leaving their system and flooding into the, what I like to call, people's system. And isn't it amazing that the people, that's you and I, are making money on these things? And when we were in their crap, you'd be lucky if you made money. And if you did make money, oh, retirement, it's time to cash out and retire. Oh, market crash. 401k's destroyed. Oh no, but I was just about to retire. Oh, I gotta work for another several years. I gotta let that build back up. What am I gonna do? And you couldn't take it out early because you'd be penalized. Not only that, you wouldn't even be able to take it out because you still have a job. Yep, you don't qualify for a hardship. Sorry. So, anyways, it's just amazing. You know, the little guy finally wins for once, you know what I mean? The little guy finally wins. And then you got the likes of Jamie Dimon coming out trying to bash the one thing that we're all winning on. Not once, but now twice, apparently. I guess he didn't have too awfully much to say the second time around, but nonetheless, still bashing. And yes, his daughter's into Bitcoin, and, you know, she was winning bigly. And of course, JP Morgan's, you know, trading desk allowed their clients to trade it. Again, if it's a fraud and it's, you know, as he called it the other day, how could you rightfully or in any kind of way justify allowing your clients? You know, you should be looking out for your clients. Why would you do that, Jamie Dimon? Again, it was the first beatdown on these coins when he came out and said, well, remember he had to have his big old conference call, whatever, scheduled meeting with the investors to let everybody know about the poor performance, down 20% of his trading desk at JP Morgan Chase. And he brings, you know, Bitcoin's brought up into the conversation. And of course he has this nasty reply about it, which lets you know Bitcoin is sucking investor dollars out of that system, like I said. And they don't like it. Jamie Dimon does not like it, even kind of. And we have all these coins, ICOs, etc., across the board. A little bit down. They weren't heavily down today, but they were, I mean, they were, some were, hell, I've seen a couple down 19%, but the main coins I'm always looking at, talking about 3%, 2%, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there. But again, I look at this stuff as a buying opportunity. Buy some more if you can help it. If you happen to buy higher than where it's at now, your cost averaging down anyway. So just, you know what I mean? It's a great time to buy. And you know, I was just talking to the interview about PayPal and stuff. You know how it kind of competes with Populous. You know, and the ICO's not out. You know, it's not due out yet. We got plenty of time before it comes out. And yeah, I'm hoping that he talks to his team. Nick Chandy is his name. And they do a little pre-sale, you know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with grabbing a bonus, you know what I mean? I'm all for a bonus. I want some too. I want some cheap PayPal or PPP, triple P tokens. So, yeah, it's just watching a video too on, it's actually posted to Twitter. It looked like California somewhere. There was a homeless guy, cop, is kind of wrestling with him a little bit. Now he's on his back, the cop is above him. You know, I don't know if he's trying to subdue him or just threaten him, like stop moving, you know, and it looked like he had his gun out, but then holsters it. At the same time, this guy on the ground is reaching and grabbing at his belt. Now his belt, it's the opposite side of where his gun is. You know, he's right-handed, so it's on the right side holster. This guy's reaching on the left side and pulls out I don't know what it was, a mini flashlight or possibly an extra clip magazine, you know, for his gun. And was just holding on to it. The cop ends up backing off again, pulls his gun out, and starts shooting this young man. He didn't look very old. From, I don't know, 8 to 10 feet away, I'm guessing. And someone else is videotaping this. So, you know, you see that, I'm like, well, where's the threat? Now, he may argue, well, he had something in his hand that I didn't see before. I didn't know what it was. Because he may not have even felt him taking it out of his belt. You know, you've got a bulletproof vest on that goes all the way down, usually on the sides. I mean, it depends on the type he's got. But, you know, I'm looking at it thinking, oh boy, it's highly controversial. There's no questioning that. And I naturally, I guarantee the cops could say he had something in his hand that I didn't see before, and I had to think quick and react quick. You know, I'm sorry. And honestly, I mean, you're not in a situation, we don't know what was going on, but then on the other side of it is, oh, he had this little tiny thing in his hand. Was it a mini flashlight? Was it one of the cops' magazines? And, you know what I mean? Magazine as in, you know, gun, clip, magazine. Again, got all this crap going on. Then we've got, which, hell, again, I always do my videos the day before for release the next day. Tomorrow's Saturday, the 23rd. September 23rd, it is here. You know, I was reading something, I think it was on, where did I see it? Was it posted on Godlike Productions or Zero Hedge? I don't even know. And it was, so I think again in California, some kind of major news broadcast, accidental emergency broadcast system goes out today, being Friday the 22nd. Right? I do have the right date, right? 22nd, yeah. Just making sure that it was Saturday the 23rd. And it goes on to talk about this doomsday thing or something on the, you know, accidental emergency broadcast system. Again, I look at this stuff and say, you know, with this whole stupid 9/23 day and all that crap, what are the chances that this was really an accident? You know what I mean? Of all times, why did it have to be right now? You know, like, with this date and everything else, you've got North Korea firing off missiles. We're going to do a hydrogen bomb test next. You know, Donald Trump's response, and we're going to give the most, you know, what was his word? You know, the biggest response we can possibly give based off of Donald Trump threatening us, whatever, you know. I mean, we are ripe. Could you imagine 9/23, the date in the movies and everything, and the alignment in the sky and all that crap we've been talking about. I've been talking about it for months, not very much, but referring you to some other videos and things where they cover very, very decently. And could you just imagine? Okay, we nail North Korea, and this happens, and that happens, and you got that guy, I cannot pronounce his last name, Dr. Arua something, who for years now, you know, I've become a prophet of God, and he goes around the world giving speeches. He was in South Korea back in like 2011 or 12 or something, or was it 2010? 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. I had the video up, I've mentioned this a bunch of times, where I basically, you know, showed you what he was saying. And he said then, you know, I see this, like an American aircraft carrier, I see missiles raining down, some will be stopped, you know, they'll be able to defend some, but there's too many that come and they hit it, it'll be like the sinking and massive damage on an aircraft carrier. You know, he's saying this years ago, back when we would think, why North Korea, we haven't sent anything over there, we have no need to send anything over there, back in those days. Now all of a sudden, this year alone, we're sending fleet over there, we take it back, we're sending another aircraft carrier, now we've got two, you know, heading over there. Oh, wait a minute, there's a third one, you know, like, and I'm seeing this thing, and man, I remember what that guy said. Is this the year where it all goes down, you know, kind of a thing. And, I don't know, but that damn date, man. And then you have the weirdest thing, you guys remember the video on YouTube, I Pet Goat 2, I think, you know, no Roman numerals 2, I Pet Goat 2, I think what it was called. The most weird, disturbing, occult, you name it, thing out there. And I think even in it shows some portion of it a couple times, shows a certain star alignments in the sky. Again, I see this thinking, oh, you know, hint, hint. And that was one of the more disturbing things, I think, you know, oh, we just put this together, you know. you didn't just put that together. What team did they? And if you look at the quality of it all, not that it was a great, happy video to watch, but the quality was Hollywood, cinema type, but animation type of a thing, extremely high quality. And again, we know how Hollywood is and everything. They want to put stuff in our faces. And then we saw the movies, numerous movies that kept showing 9/23, 9/23, 9/23, but they would never show like an actual year. Just these numbers coming up, 9/23. And if you look back prior to 9/11, 2001, the terror events in America, the same kind of thing could be found. 9/11, 9/11, but there was never 9/11/01 or 9/11/2001. You didn't really get to see that. It was just the month and the day. And I'll be honest, I don't know what the real reason of that is, other than on my own, give you a possibility, which would be, number one, if they give you a flat out date that's obvious on the screen, it's going to be too painfully obvious. Okay, 9/11/01, come on, But if you just put 9/11 without actually putting it in a date format, like a little slash, a little backslash, and you just put the numbers like 9:23 p.m., oh, okay. They could easily slip that by. And so that's one reason. The other reason, which is all I can really come up with, is they don't know the year themselves. They just know it's going to be in this day and this month, and that's for whatever occult reasons they picked it. And they don't know the year, just the date, the month and day. And that's why they don't do it. That's the only two reasons I could really come up with that make any sense to me. But man, the 9/23 stuff over the last few years has been in a number of movies. And it is tomorrow, again, as you see this today. So what are we about to see and or experience, or the world experience, North Korea or this or that, who knows what, this weekend? It might be an absolute nothing burger, a massive nothing burger. Other than this alignment is happening, this astrological alignment, it is happening. That's not going to happen, apparently. You can't say, oh, the sun's not coming up. No, the sun's coming up tomorrow, just like it did for billions of years now. But that's going to happen, right? The cycle, they say, astronomers, yeah, that's going to happen. The question is, because it's happening, and the cult and the elite, do they have any other little present in store for us? Or did they get started with the party a little earlier with all these storms and the earthquakes and the devastation of Mexico? Got hit with 2 major quakes, an 8.3, then a 7.1, I think. 7.1 causing more damage, significantly more damage than the 8.1. And again, I said more than likely, I didn't look, but more than likely, the 8.1 hit epicenter either far away from towns and people, or just deeper. The 7.1 hit closer to towns and higher up from underground, therefore causing more damage. Again, I didn't look, but that's really irrelevant. The point is, they happened. The other, again, interesting things to talk about, speaking of, alignment and astrology and whatnot, is we've had 2 back-to-back, but 3 major X-class flares pop off the sun, in which both of those earthquakes in Mexico happened just a few days after those 2 events. The first event was, I think, a single solar flare of that size, X-class. A few days later, 8.3 or whatever earthquake. Then the second time around, which I was just talking about it before the earthquake even hit, and said in my video, now we've got 2 X-class flares that just happened. I wonder, if such and such, going to happen. Sure enough, a few days later, bang, 7.1, buildings collapsing, people, one of the worst earthquakes in Mexico's history now. I don't know if it's the worst. I know it's one of the worst. Then we have Puerto Rico. We had these 2. What are the chances that Hurricane Harvey comes and does some massive damage to both islands, southeast of the United States? Then Harvey comes in, does damage to Texas, a little bit north. Then we have Irma, which did do a lot of damage to those islands and Florida. Now we've got another one, was the second one after that just nailed Puerto Rico or whatever. Or maybe it was Irma that hit Irma hit Florida, then the next one, Jose or whatever it was, but then there was the other one, Maria, whatever. Anyways, now Puerto Rico, and I've seen the pictures and some video. It is not looking good. And they do not build structures on these islands, on Puerto Rico, etc., like they do in the United States. We have these very strict guidelines and code that have to be followed, which is why, I know sometimes it's a pain in the butt when we hear, oh, you gotta follow code. We can't approve that in the county's office. You're like, it's my damn property, and I want to build it however I want. Stop telling me what to do. But in all fairness, it's kind of good that we're pretty strict on some stuff, isn't it? Because you can't build a shack in America. It's got to be up to certain, standards. And in Florida, because of the hurricane issue, we've got high standards here with our building code. So it's times like that where you can kind of respect it and appreciate it, honestly. But that's not to say these storms can't do damage even though that's in play, because most of the codes pretty much specifies, Category 3 winds. Well, what happens when a 4 or 5 come in? Right, but anyways, all this damage has happened. So we've had Texas, Florida, all of the freaking islands, Caribbean area, being massively destroyed, all in the span of weeks of each other, just weeks. So again, my question is did the party start a little early on the September 29th thing? And again, maybe it has to do with just the simple astrological events happening with the sun and whatever else. And this, again, if you know these things and you have the history to look at it, you would know these things are coming again. It's all cyclical. So maybe the elite, being the elite, knowing stuff you and I don't know, and keeping it all to themselves, know these kind of things are coming. The Mayan calendar stuff, they got it right, but it wasn't the 2012 date you thought it was. And it's now the party's getting started. That's a possibility. I don't know how much, I stake on that, to be honest with you, but I've always said, and thus far it's been right, we haven't seen these things climax yet and peak off and say, okay, they're starting to slow down, earthquakes are going down, volcanic activity is going down, all this stuff is going down. We haven't seen that. They're only getting worse. So again, the assumption, and it's the right assumption, we haven't peaked. Maybe the 923 thing is it. This is the shebang. Whatever we've just experienced, it's about to end, and it's going to start slowing down now. Slowly but surely, whatever, year after year, whatever. I don't know. But it is an interesting time to be around. And I'm, aside from what may or may not happen, whatever, I still like being around this time period in human history. Why? Because I can do this video right now in an electric car with the AC on, nice and cool, when you couldn't do that before. And just the AC, air conditioning, house, electricity, all that in and of itself is fantastic. That for the technological reasons, I'm glad to be around at this point in time. However, all the other interesting stuff, because thanks to the technology, we get to pay attention to all this stuff. We get to share information at lightning speed with each other. And we can educate ourselves essentially without this centralized system as the only source, So again, it's a fascinating time to be around. Is anything going to happen Saturday, 9/23? No idea. I just know it's in the freaking movies a lot. And again, I'm going to throw this out there. Who the hell to say it's not 9/23, 2018, 9/23, 2019, 9/23, 2020? Right? Who's to say that? Now I will say, too many things are pointing to this year. So let me, and especially with this major astrological alignment that happens on that day. Again, it's like it's the birthing of Jesus. Again, if you look at all that, every person has a sun or a moon or planet behind their head, and these religious paintings and things going back hundreds and hundreds of years. Why are there stars or planets behind these people's heads? What the hell is the point of that? What does that mean? Hint. These people are fictitious. They're nonsense. We made up stories so we could hand it down generation to generation, but it's really astrological. And it's in plain sight. We're hiding it in plain sight. That's my take on that stuff, religious stuff. That's seriously, that's my take on it. And, the 12 followers of Jesus, the 12 constellations. The three kings came to watch the baby Jesus born. The three kings are the same stars. They're called today the three kings. And they're going to watch on 9/23 the birth of this bright star through the womb of Virgo, constellation Virgo the Virgin. So I think, again, history telling us I just saw I just saw some I just saw some of that in the corner of my eye. There was like a tent with some serious riffraff stuff for sale on the corner of a dirt lot. I hadn't seen that yet. I'm on my way home the last 3 months of living here, or 2.5 months of living here. Sometimes not being next to riffraff at the old house anymore. Not to worry about that. Those days are over. It just like I was just kind of like a tractor beam, just talking. What is that? Whoa, sorry, threw me off. Little riffraff tent going on over there. And the 3 people there that I did get a good look at, you would have said that little would have been most appropriate. 2 females and a male, not looking good. I wouldn't stop there if my life depended on it, to be honest with you. That was the gut feeling and the But that stuff could be anywhere, right? You could live in the nicest part of town. It doesn't matter. Somewhere along your path, you're going by riffraff. I did it in Tennessee. Their house we were just at, the old house we were at. Right? You can't get away from it. Anyways, 923. It does appear to be extremely important to these people, these occultists, these elitists. They've been putting it in front of our face. I can't find anything else, astrologically speaking anyways, that would suggest 9/23/2017 or thereabouts isn't the date these people have been referring to in these movies and whatnot. I can't find it. Too much lines up for this year. That's all I'm going to say. That doesn't mean that I know with 100% certainty to look out for this or that. No idea. I just know some hellacious weather events have come through here over just the last couple of weeks as we are nearing this date. Again, chance, coincidence, what it is, it'd be hard for me to believe. That's just, all this stuff is just coincidentally happened, when it did, how it did, the damage it did, etc. We've got other ones coming up out of there, these hurricanes. But whatever, we're all about to hell. Maybe tomorrow night's live stream, Jason 4 live stream, 9/23 party. See if anything happens, anything goes down. We would probably be sitting here hearing crickets. And I thought you said you had a Hemi. No, Jason, I thought you said 920. Yeah. Don't know. But speaking of the loud noise, just a few raindrops have been hitting, and now they're stopped. I just went through 200 foot of rain, thought I was about to go down. Nope, Florida, never mind. Cancel. Rain, canceled. Reverse that. And I was at Walmart last night, really the night before you seeing this, basically Thursday night. I knocked that tree over I told you all about, that old orange tree. It's gone, but needed a bag of nice soil, a little bit of fertilizer to start off with, and then I'll go organic completely after that, as much as I can. But we need to plant that Jamaican cherry tree quickly. So I went to Walmart, got a couple little things, and of course I'm walking down to get the paper plates, and I pass by the middle aisle televisions. 55-inch 4K television. $398 at Walmart. 55-inch. This is something Gerald Celente said years ago. Watch as the goods you don't need go down while the stuff you do need start to go up. And he named computer monitors, laptops, TVs, all of it's going way down. He nailed it. And on that note, what the hell happened with iPhone 8 release? Where are the lines out of the stores? Not only not in America, but in other countries, almost nobody has shown up. iPhone 8, man, iPhone 8. What does it cost now? Typical $800, $900. Is it $1,000 or more now? I mean, what the hell's going on? It's the iPhone 8, man. Gotta get the iPhone. Nobody's showing up. Why? Are we starting to see now maybe the discretional spending is just not there anymore, like I've been showing in these videos? It's all going to rent and mortgage payment and car payment and everything else, and nothing is left for discretionary spending, which means the economy cannot possibly be stimulated if ain't hardly anybody spending. And when you see the sheeple not buying the stupid gadgets that we have got to have every time a new one comes out, iPhone 1, iPhone 2, gotta have it, iPhone 3, gotta have it, iPhone 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oh, gotta, wait, 8. You know, it's like the boy who cried wolf, but this is the iPhone who cried 8 times. Buy me, it's a new and improved one. And everyone's realizing, man, I could have a freaking iPhone 4 series ago, and do everything the damn 8 can do. So, new processor, 500 gazillion megapixel camera. Oh, well, mine's only 200 gazillion megapixel. You know, $800, is it worth it? Yeah. And I know some of you are saying, man, you're attacking me right now, man. Jay Snip, man, that's me. I just bought an iPhone 8 or 7. You just got 7. Yeah, no, this is a pro tip from me to you guys. I love you. Don't bother with the 8. Go get a nice, cheap, refurb, used, whatever. 7, maybe a 6, at a fire sale price compared to the 8. Then again, don't wait and do it. Don't do anything, because if what I've just saw is true, and it certainly appears to be so, because I've seen it in numerous places now online, ain't no one showing up for iPhone 8. There's about to be a fire sale, and you know what's right around the corner? Christmas. So get ready for the fire sale of the iPhone 8. Ain't nobody buying? Drop the price massively. Okay. So there. You might get a little bonus from Apple themselves. But anyways, point being, when the iPhone is not selling and there's not even a freaking line anywhere but 2 or 3 people. One store had 2 people in it. They showed it. 2 people showed. This was outside the US. I forget which country. 2 people showed up. Doors open. iPhone 8. Get it today. Excuse me. Where's the line? We are the line. All 2 of us. Can I have my iPhone? Thank you. I don't know. Some people just swear by it. I'm an Apple person. I gotta have Apple. I've gotta have everything. I have the brand new iPad, brand new Apple phone. What did I do? Kids seriously need a decent tablet. We have these little tiny Amazon tablets, like, I don't even know the screen size, 6 or 7 inches, real small. And it's the Amazon stuff. It's not Google Android. It's not Apple, operating system. Nope, not iOS. It's Amazon's proprietary garbage. And we had them for years. And I said, you know what? I had a little extra donation, or not donation really, but the housewarming gift money you guys hooked the brother up with. Got the golf cart. Thank you. I told you all this already, but I'll say it again. Kids, you guys deserve a housewarming too. You live here too, and I got a couple bucks left over from this golf cart purchase. You guys want iPads? Am I buying you the brand new iPad 4? Not a chance in hell. Could I afford to? Sure. Just like everyone else affords the $900 iPhone. No. But there's not a chance in hell. I'm not going to do it. No, sorry. Kids, I found refurbs, because that's all you can get, period, for iPhone 3s, or excuse me, iPad 3s. Very slight difference from the iPad 4. It's got a more powerful processor, the 4, and whatever, little slight camera difference. Get the freaking iPad 3s for a massive discount. Thank you. What was it, 170 bucks each, 159, something like that. I forget what I paid now. Or do I want to go buy $400 or $500 per, so you can get the 4? No, stupid. I can't be a part of that sheeple mindset. Once you get past and disconnected from the matrix, you will not plug back in. Take care.